Hey traders and investors, it's Serge Berger here. Today we want to have a look at JCPenney. Got a ton of questions on JCPenney the other day as the stock pulled back a little bit. I do think that is over, so we're looking at the long side again of JCPenney. Just give it a little bit of perspective. As you know, I always like to look at sort of the longer term picture as well from a technical perspective and just sort of from a news standpoint as well, what happened where. So if you look at the weekly chart here on JCPenney going back a whole bunch of years, you can see the trend is pretty clear. This thing's an absolute dog, or has been an absolute dog, rightly so. Basically, to me, the big thing that happened, and I did post this in real time to subscribers at the time, was when JCPenney dropped below its previous lows here from 2000, and it did that. It did that in let's see, October of last year. And pretty much that was a key point to look for sort of bullish reversal. In other words, a lot of people probably gave up on the stock there, said it was going to go to zero, and that's exactly when it started sort of pulling back around to the upside. So if we zoom in a little closer, you can see basically a breakdown fake out kind of move, because the stock in the meantime has built a huge base below that previous support line, then became resistance, and then has pushed back above it, and now looks pretty darn sexy on a long side from a trading perspective. So let's look at the daily chart of JCPenney, and you can see this sort of bottom building phase pretty clearly. I've been monitoring throughout, and we've had a couple of good trades in this phase. Important to see here really is the 200-day moving average, more so psychologically than anything else as far as I'm concerned for this particular stock. But you can see basically the stock pushed back above it very slowly, but methodologically, whatever the word is, pushed back above it in May of this year, and then kind of pulled sideways and finally went up. So we can draw some very nice resistance lines. If we just kind of take the peaks here, you can see the stock then made a pretty nice move and broke higher pretty meaningfully on the 20th of August, so that's just a couple weeks ago, and then broke higher. Now, what happened again, and the stock has a tendency of doing this, and I think it's just because a lot of people are playing it, so a lot of people are sort of fading the traders in this, which makes sense, right? So basically, what happened is the stock broke higher here on this day. That's well, actually it almost broke higher the day before, and this was, let me give you a date, 15th of August. But it was a breakout fake out. The stock then reversed lower on the day and finally broke through it on the 18th, so I guess the following Monday, and then has been going higher since. The same thing happened the other day. The stock sort of had a nice move and then really quickly consolidated for 4 days, and now today is up again as of this writing. You can see about this recording about 4.9%. To me, the stock really does look still very much good on the long side, and it's really because of the bigger picture, because this massive base is really just starting to break out. So yes, I know from a percentage perspective, the stock has moved quite a bit already on the breakout, 15-ish%. But I really think this stock has a lot longer to go. I think anything, you basically take like the $1 targets here, so like the round one, so $12, $13, $14 is probably your upside targets here. I'm gonna go with $12 as the next stop, and then we'll raise it up to $13. Take the trades to make them kind of thing. Hope this makes sense, guys. If you've got any questions, as always, you can hit me up on Twitter. My Twitter handle is SteadyTrader, and I'll see you in the next video.